I witnessed something a couple days ago while I was getting a haircut that honestly scared me. I'm waiting to get a haircut and I noticed this kid, maybe like 9-10 years old, right? He's glued to his fucking phone on TikTok. I can see it on his screen. He's scrolling up and down like a fucking zombie, right? Next to his dad who looks kind of tired of like this kid's BS, you know, like he's been dealing with it for a really long time and he's just like over it. And the lady tells him that she's ready for whoever wants to go, right? And the dad's like, hey, you want to go? And the son doesn't even fucking say anything. He just sits there on his phone. I think he goes like no, like a subtle no while he's glued to his fucking screen. And the dad's all pissed off like, all right. So the dad gets up to go into the seat. And then the kid gets up and he doesn't even say anything. He gestures to sit in the chair or something like that. And the dad goes like, oh my god, you just said you didn't want a haircut. And the dad's all pissed off, goes back to sit down. The kid gets a haircut. And by this point, I'm getting my own haircut, right? And I'm looking at the kid through the mirror every now and then. And the kid is still glued to the iPhone, scrolling through TikTok. I'm thinking, holy shit. I'm literally thinking like, I'm hoping that there is no ass on that kid's phone as he's scrolling through TikTok. I'm like, oh my god, if I see some like freaking cheeks right now on this 9-year-old kid's phone, I'm gonna fucking shit my pants, right? He's getting a haircut, he's glued to the phone. I'm like, oh my god, what? And it made me really think about raising children, being a dad, and parenting nowadays, right? Obviously, I'm not a dad. I could have been, but And real quick side note, if you need to use your phone while you're getting a haircut, get some fucking help. You can't just sit still for like 15-20 minutes, have a conversation with your barber. God, get it together. There is a growing epidemic of iPad kids, of weak kids, of shitty parenting, and as a result, a weaker generation, right? And it honestly scares me. I've seen some of my own little cousins grow up glued to their iPad screens, be really socially awkward and anxious, right? And I honestly can't blame the parents. Kids can be fucking annoying. Alright, I mean, if the solution is to just go, here, have this fucking screen and they don't bother you, that sounds like a pretty good deal, right? But you and I will not be raising weak kids. Does that mean that they might have an iPhone or an iPad? Maybe. I played a lot of games growing up. This easily could have been me. It was me for a little bit. I was awkward. I was socially anxious, but I grew out of it, luckily. I'm sure there are a bit of benefits for the brain and things like that. I mean, I watched one of my little cousins. She can kind of talk. She shows me this iPad. She's playing Roblox, right? I've never played Roblox before in my life, but she's playing this like third-person FPS game, and she's going off on him, sniping this guy, shooting that guy. I'm like, damn, this girl's like kind of good at this game. She's probably pretty smart, but at the same time, you're training fucking. And obviously this world's becoming more, glued to the screen. Like, I go from my phone to the freaking computer, right? I make these YouTube videos on the screen. You're watching it on the screen. It's gonna be impossible to stop it, let's be honest, right? But we can do our best to contain it, to kind of minimize it as best as we can. Because what we don't want is a generation of weak kids who don't know how to socialize, who have no backbone, who are depressed and anxious for no reason, except for because they were raised on this fucking screen, right? Little kids who have social anxiety, little kids who have body dysmorphia. I'm going to try my best. I mean, it's going to be hard. Obviously, when we have kids, our kids are going to be going to school and have friends who have phones, and they're going to be like, oh my god, mommy, daddy, I want a phone, blah, 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 has a phone. And you're going to be like, damn. But I will be putting my kids through sports, through martial arts, through things that they can actually grow in. I want them to know how to win, how to lose, how to struggle, things that are important. And hopefully they end up liking something that's good for them and turn out alright. Do not raise weak kids. Chances are you and I were raised pretty weak, but we're trying to change it. We don't want to have children raised with no adversity, no challenges, everything given to them, spoiled, no hardship, no hard work, right? Do not raise weak kids, please. Peace.